Before there were cigarettes, before there were brands, there was the leaf. Tobacco is one of the oldest forms of spirit communication known to humanity. Long before modern times, it was understood as a living messenger, a way for human intention to travel beyond the visible world and return with meaning. In the oldest traditions, tobacco was never a habit. It was a bridge, not something used to escape life, but something used to speak with it. Our ancestors knew breath as spirit itself, and smoke was breath-given form. When the leaf touched fire, it awakened. When guided by breath, it carried thought into the unseen. In that moment, intention became vapor, and prayer learned how to rise. It was never about getting high. It was about clarity, connection, making the invisible visible. That's the memory the leaf still carries. Radio cigars. Radio cigar. Radio cigar. Radio cigar. Radio cigar. Cigar. Radio cigar. Radio cigar.
All right, all right. Shout out to Radio Cigars, and we are ready to get started. We got a good one tonight, and this is one a couple of y'all specially requested. I got the Queen Mother, I got the Elder, I got Big Mama in the building. I want to welcome back to the show, Mama Kali.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so pleased to be here again. It's so exciting. Everything is so exciting right now. We are in a Truman Show. Do you remember Truman? Do you remember the Truman Show?
Yes.
Okay. We're in it.
We're in it. Whoa.
People call, the Matrix all the time. That's what you hear. Oh, it's the Matrix. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But do you remember the Truman
Show? Indeed, indeed.
And I believe that, well, from my observations, that's what's going on. That is what's going on. But hey, we're going to survive. Rich, look at here. We're going to survive. Now, before we move forward, I want to ask you this. Rich cigars. Okay, are they like the Cuban cigars?
Yeah, they're from Honduras. 100% tobacco. 100%. Matter of fact, Mama Kali, these are the cigars only shamans use them in Honduras. So they're not even available to the general public, but I got special access to them.
Okay.
Like they are absolutely amazing. You deal with the tobacco?
I want one.
Oh, I'm gonna send you, Mama Kali.
Hey,
I'm gonna send you some.
When I was down there in Cuba.
Oh, you was okay. How was that?
Very wonderful.
Wow.
I went. I was on a medical tour.
Yeah.
And natural farming. So we went to the clinics. Clinics all over Cuba. I mean, the tiniest village has a doctor and a nurse. The tiniest. But my friend, a doctor that I went with, she's into Ifa. And she wanted to get some of those cigars, and so she bought a few, and we were in the room. Look, I never passed out like that. Look, and if your tobacco is like that, then it is something else. I'll tell you, it is something else. But of course, it's a spirit. It's our spirit,
Yeah. No, indeed.
And what they did, was to take a pure
plant,
plant, and destroy it.
Completely destroy. Yep.
Just like they do everything else. You know, and so we, of course, they poisoned the tobacco and then put that menthol filter on.
Yeah. Oh, that.
You know, we all, you know, I don't know why we love the menthols, but our people basically they smoke menthols. Now, I remember the men in the South in the old days. Yeah, they what was it? It was called Winston, I believe. Because you know, I'm from that town that made tobaccos. Oh, Chesterfield. I know you don't know Chesterfield.
Where's that? What's that? Where's that at?
Durham, North
It's North
Carolina.
Carolina. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You know, it was the first Wall Street, Black Wall Street.
I heard you say that before. I heard you
Yeah,
say that. Yeah.
yeah. Very, very prosperous. But as you know, those who created prosperity within or did that, you know, they kind of sold us out at the last minute. As I was leaving, and I graduated from high school in 1963, I was as I was leaving, they were tearing down the business district and
Oh man.
I-85 right straight through the business.
Oh, they was building a highway through the businesses. Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
just like they did here, Sweet Auburn.
Wow.
You know, and they put, you know, a bit. They destroyed our business district. We had everything,
Man.
but the bank is still there, and the changed its name, and the insurance company also changed its name. I don't know, but anyway, it's a very prosperous town even now, but it's gentrified. It has more PhDs per. I mean, like, you know, what do they call it? The Research Triangle Institute. That's what they had started building as I graduated from high school, and I left Durham in 3 days.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So, what are we discussing today?
Man, we got an amazing topic. We touched on this on the phone. How do you pronounce it? Ophiuchus? How do you Ophiuchus?
Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus. So we got we're gonna be talking about the 13th constellation, the Galactic Center. And I know you said 3-Eye Atlas is roaming around and is doing some things in that area in that Galactic Center. So we're gonna tie all this in together today, and we're gonna have a good time doing it.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get on my laptop because I don't do well on the phone.
What is that, Mama Kali? What is that behind you? It looks like a spear. What is that?
Oh, it's a spear.
Where you get that from?
Uh,
I could feel it.
It's an elephant spear.
It's an elephant. Wow.
Yeah, I had to take my pipe down so that I could put my map up. You see, I have a peace pipe as well. And I had to take it down so I could put my map. My map is not here all the time. It's in my bedroom so that when the lights go out, I can see the stars.
Yeah, that it lights up the map, the star map you have.
Right. It does.
Wow.
And so what we are discussing today, I'd like to start out with 3-Eye Atlas.
Okay.
Because I remember when this happened back, it was the 11th of November of last year, when they did that report that the 3-Eye Atlas was communicating and sending messages to the telescope. You know, the Webb telescope.
Yeah, James Webb.
And when they started, I think it was the what was that guy's name? Miku Chiku.
Yeah, I know the Asian gentleman. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he it was him, and so I said, okay, I am going to write this down because with so many things that were happening that I said I can't remember all of this, and so let me write it down so
Mm.
I will be able to say all of these things that happened. First of all, they went back and back and back and forth, back and forth. It's a comet, it's not a comet. It's a comet, it's not a comet. It's
Mm.
intelligent, it's not intelligent. It has some kind of unknown metal outside. It doesn't have it. I mean, it's just been so very confusing. And so when I got this, I said, okay, I'm going to take all these points down.
Mm.
You see,
Mhm.
because so that I will understand what is happening with this three-eye atlas. So I'm going to go through this details because I typed it out. And
Okay.
okay, all right,
Okay. Let's
okay.
go.
This was on the 11th of
Mm-hmm.
November of,
Mm-hmm.
of 25. Okay. Okay, after months of me moving through the universe and into our solar system, on this day the object was detected behind the Hercules Borealis Great Wall. Are you familiar with that?
Not totally.
The
That is
Hercules Borealis Great Wall is what they call it. Now, what that is, the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall is the largest known structure in the observable universe, measuring approximately 10 billion light years in length.
mm,
Okay, and so when uh, Three Eye Atlas approached that, the waves from the Hercules Borealis, or which is that wall, that's out there, uh, 10 million light years long. When the Three Eye Atlas approached, it began to like vibrate. Okay.
mm.
Uh huh. And so the remnants, what they're saying about this borealis, Hercules Borealis, the reason why they call it the Hercules Borealis is because it's right there at Hercules. Remember the photos that I sent to you?
Yes.
I can point that out if you put that up, or I can just get up and show you. But I don't.
Yeah. Is
Okay,
it?
all
You
right.
tell me a lot. I don't.
Uh huh.
Is it this one?
No, that one. See,
This
can't
one?
see that is Ophiuchus.
And
He
her,
he
yeah.
he's wrestling with the serpent.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right above him is Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Hercules, there is a blue star at his head, and it's
Mm-hmm.
right next to Ophiuchus' head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, right there, you can see the Hercules Borealis. It's right. It's if you could make it bigger. Oh, I'm making mine bigger.
Yeah, I can't make it bigger. I
You
wish
can't
I could. Yeah, I
bigger.
wish I could.
Because I had hoped you could. Because if you could make it bigger, then you could see exactly where what I'm talking about and where it is located. Okay, but nevertheless,
Let me try something else while you talk. Go ahead, Queen.
up there, if you look at Hercules, like that Borealis, is that wall is right there at his, I guess that's his right leg, so to speak. It's like almost under his arm. But that particular, that's the largest. structure in the known universe. And what they're saying is that it is like the corona. It pings, it pinged when 3i Atlas went by there and it started talking, actually. And so, and they say it is the remnants of a parallel universe.
Yeah.
And it says 3i Atlas imagery is reflecting light. It is reflecting light. It cannot be a it can't be a comet and reflect light. Okay? Because a comet is what? Dust and dirt and grime, and that's it. Just a great big rock. But this 3i Atlas is actually talking to the Webb telescope, okay? And not only is it reflecting light, but see, it gives mirror images, okay? And so it appears like it appears to be intelligent, but some people call that Borealis, Hercules Borealis, they call it the eye of God. If you could see, you can't increase the size, so you can't see it. It could really be like really very. You could see how it could actually fold on itself. It's bending space, and it is bending space around itself. The 3i Atlas is, and then the Webb telescope began to communicate with the 3i Atlas, and the data that was analyzed and revealed were geometric figures. Okay? So it's really zeros and ones. You know how they communicate.
Right.
But it ended up when they analyzed it that they were like images. Images were, and the magnetic field was synchronized with the Earth's electromagnetic field at 4.8 megahertz.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And so, I mean, this was really, really something else. So, they say that also there were 37 repeating sequences of numbers describing the human brain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I ain't hear none of this.
Well,
come on, mama. Come on, mama. Bring it on home, mama. Bring it on home.
Remember.
I ain't hear none of this.
Yeah. Well, I do other stuff.
Yeah.
Science is my thing.
Okay, excellent.
Science, religion, philosophy. I mean, all of those ninth house Sagittarian things.
Okay, excellent.
That's what I've always loved, even when I was a child. So the scientists say that 3i Atlas is not an object. It is a mind.
It's a mind.
A mind. And as I had told you before, I'm still trying to get on. I'm still trying to get on my laptop. So forgive me for certain things. So they say it's a mind. And they're saying that consciousness is a universal constant.
Yeah.
And the cosmos itself is aware of itself, and it's realizing that it's being watched. And then the intelligence of the three-eye atlas is that it's older than time. Remember, I told you when we were talking, I said that that there. Let us get past that. And it's older than time, and that it's woven into the cosmic fabric, and the cosmic fabric vibrates at 10 watts of electrical power. Uh-huh. And so let me tell you what that uh, uh, made me think about.
Okay, come on.
Okay. You are familiar with the fact that all of these data centers that they're putting all over the place? I know you've heard about it because you're
The,
right here in it, outside of Atlanta.
the AI you mean, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I me
Mm-hmm.
have actually gone to city council meetings
Mm.
to protest.
Mm.
Because if they don't hear from you, then they believe that it's all right with you. But let
Right.
me tell you when I saw that, I said, okay, 10 watts of electrical power. All right. The fabric of the universe, the cosmos, vibrates at that frequency. It's a brain frequency. Right?
Wait, what you saying? So the data set centers is
Let
vibrating
me
at
tell
10
you what I think. Let me finish that. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Now, do you know why they put those data centers right next to our communities?
Why?
Well, first of all, white folks don't want it in their communities, so you won't see any up there in Alpharetta forever, never, 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 never. All right, but then that 10 watts of electrical, do you know that the brain, if they have all of our brains vibrating at that frequency and it's in close proximity to the data center, then we're going to boost it up. But the data centers are very dangerous to life. What they do is, the data centers, they use all your water and you pay for it because these guys are getting a free ride. They ain't paying no taxes. And probably giving them the land. I don't know. But these politicians, they work for themselves, not for you. And so
So
with having those data centers right there in our communities or in close proximity to our communities, then they're getting extra power. Now,
power directly from us?
yeah, because that is the vibrational of the brain, the brainwave vibration, 10 hertz, and it's woven into the fabric of the cosmos. That's why, I said that I had to write all of these specific things down because there's no way I could have just remembered that all in my head. I ain't read Rod Hayes. I ain't got that kind of head. But by the time he get to my age, he probably won't either.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And so at this point, um, uh, Three Eye Atlas is looking at us, watching us. They have said that we are not ready to enter into the cosmic community of free beings because we're too far behind. Well, we know who they're talking about.
Mm.
Not that we are too far behind, but there are some very evil spirits here on this earth, you know, and they have not evolved to that point where the galactic community is willing to bring our planet in. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we are screwed. No, not at all. You know, because the one thing about dimensions, you know, is I could be living in the fifth dimension here and now, you know, and my family is still living in third. See what I mean? And so this is the fact. You know, there will not be you know, these folks. There was some African preacher who said something about there was going to be a rapture one day. I think it was last year, and everybody, you know, was all out there trying to be raptured.
Wow.
You know.
Hey, Mama Kali, I got a question for you, real quick before we move on, since it's fresh on my mind. Because when you saying that about the data centers, I know that one is going to stick with everybody. One thing that I talked about, I had a show a little early in the year, about 2 weeks ago. I had a show with B Down, and everybody was saying how they feeling tired. Everybody was saying how they feeling so tired. Do you think the data centers is causing people to be more tired than what they usually are?
But yes, of course. But these solar flares.
That's real. Okay, that's okay.
Hey, that is really doing us in. I'm almost without energy. You know what I mean? And usually I'm ready to go to bed by this time.
Yeah.
Go to bed by 9:30. You know, usually I don't go to sleep until maybe about 11:30, something like that. But I do shut everything down and get in bed, you know.
Right.
But you get tired because of these solar flares. That human resonance is really way up. That's another vibration that the earth goes by, you know. And I don't have the details to that. But yeah, these data centers, they'll use all of our water and we pay for it. They'll use all of the electricity and we will have blackouts now and then, here and there. We will not have access to those things like we should and we do now, you know, because they are pigs. They're hogs. The data centers are hogs. You know, and I know that everybody is excited about AI, but have you heard some of those inventors talk about it? Did you know there was a black man who actually invented the AI?
I heard about it. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I just heard about that. I didn't know that. But then again, don't we invent everything?
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. And so that is what's happening now. Now, as far as what is going to go forward, you know, we have the Three Eye Atlas, which is it's actually, in fact, what Bedell said about. You know, he talked about how the Three Eye Atlas. He gave it another definition. He was saying that, okay, you know, there are those three bones that hold up you know, the atlas or the head.
Right. Yeah.
And so he believes that that is what, well, yes, because of consciousness, you know. In other words, it is actually increasing our consciousness because it is conscious and it actually moves through the universe. I told you that it came from the galactic center.
Mama, you said that on the phone. Could you elaborate on that? I want the people to hear.
All right. right.
Yeah.
Can you pull up one of those videos? I think the one that has Sagittarius and the Scorpio. I mean, the ones that I sent to you.
You sent me one video with images. This is the
I thought I sent 3 or 4.
No, I got a lot of. Hold up. Hold up. Why isn't this on the stage? I don't know.
Yeah, well, anyway, hey, hold it right there because you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, down, and you see the one that says Sagittarius, you say Tarius down there. That is, it says the galactic center,
Mm-hmm. I
and the
see it. I see it.
Scorpii, a black hole. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
okay? All right. So this is another thing that I had a download about. Okay, now we've been talking about the Galactic Center for a very long time. I know that Dr. Ando and I, we in our cosmic prophecies, we were told that there were going to be so many emissions coming from the galactic center that was going to increase the consciousness on Earth. That was way back. That was back in 1995.
Mm.
You see, and so we have been expecting this. When we pass through this galactic center, that we will be showered, with all of this the advanced consciousness and everything. But we didn't know about we didn't know about Ophiuchus. Now let us talk because Ophiuchus is not new.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, if you read it about it in spiritual astrology, they talk about how Ophiuchus actually battled with Jacob. You remember? Well, Jacob and Ophiuchus are the same. You
Okay.
know,
Mm-hmm.
when Jacob sent his wife and his daughters away because he had to deal with this energy.
Mm-hmm.
You see, now the serpent represents creativity. I mean, creating sexual creativity, right? This is what the three eye atlas actually does. I mean, not the three eye atlas, but this is what Ophiuchus represents. That sexual energy, that creative energy, and the fact that we have such a strong desire for being noticed, having relationships. That's why if you look at the map again, that it's right there with the relationship. If you move it over a little bit, you can see the arrow of Sagittarius behind. But if you move it to the right a little bit, yeah, okay. Now you can see where the that great big star is called the red star there. That's Antares. That's one of the most important stars in ancient astrology, and you see that Ophiuchus is standing on it, and that is the heart of the scorpion. Okay, now you know that Scorpio has that sex energy, but it's also very, very deep. It deals with transformation. It deals with life and death. And actually, Ophiuchus, he's in a life and death struggle with this serpent. Now, I'm trying to see we can't, on this particular one, we cannot see where Libra is, because you have the sign of Libra, which is relationships and marriage and so forth, and partnerships. And then you have Scorpio, which actually is the energy of procreation to keep life going. And then you have the Sagittarius, which actually elevates that energy on a conscious level. And so Ophiuchus is in a battle for his life, okay, and for recognition, or should I say, not so much recognition, but being recognized as deserving, okay, and that's, we all want to be recognized. That's, even the sexual energy is part of it. It's not all of it, and then the transformation that is represented by Scorpio, so we're in this right now. And the fact that Three Eye Atlas came out of that area, it's the oldest area. It's the oldest part of this universe, so they say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know whether it is or not, because what do we know?
Mm-hmm.
What do we know about whether any of this is true or not? Okay. But, the one thing that I thought about,
Mm-hmm.
and this is another one of, my beliefs that doesn't jive with other people,
Mm-hmm.
is that there are no straight, nothing goes in the universe, in the cosmos, goes in a straight line. There's no such thing as a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at that galactic center, which appears to be, at the bottom of the universe, well, nothing is in a two dimensions, and this is a flat surface that this is shown. But you know what I believe? I believe that our Milky Way actually is joined to that galactic center, and it's sort of like the serpent that bites his tail.
Yeah.
I believe that the galactic center is also a part of the star system of Sirius. Now, what made me think that? Okay, it is my belief, and I think I said it once before to you, that our sun, the sun that we call Sol,
Mm-hmm.
our sun that lights our days and gives us life and so forth, I believe it's Series C, the one we can't see. There's Series A, Series B, and Series C.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Series C, they say that you can't see it, but I believe it's our sun. Now, that's my belief. Okay? And
Why do you believe that again?
if you look at our solar system, or should I say our galaxy, or our Milky Way, and I have a very good picture of it. I think I sent it to you, but if you didn't get it, I said it was delivered. So if that galactic center, if you move it over to the right, yeah, I can move it. Yeah.
I'm just showing.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you found the other ones. You found the other.
No. I always say I had images. I just didn't have a video. I only had one video. But
Okay.
Which
All right. I thought I saw the other ones, but yeah, that's Virgo, the Virgin.
mm,
And there is a story that goes with Virgo, the Virgin, and Hercules, and Ophiuchus. You see, I think it's Revelation 12:2, uh, where the Great Mother is giving birth, and the Draco, and I sent you a picture of Draco too, so that you could see the proximity of it all. When the Virgo, the Virgin, was giving birth, there the serpents were actually there, actually waiting for the babe to be born so that it could actually devour the babe. Okay? And all of that, you could see it clearly on here if we could get the right ones up. Oh, okay. I showed you that too. That was from the Vatican Observatory when that green uh, comet came through in 2017. Remember that? That was the first one that started those lines. The X that crossed America, right?
get it, the eclipse.
Remember those?
The eclipse.
That first one was the one that crossed that line. Crossed them to create that A across the United States. We knew at that time that what that meant was that America would be judged and that the time is up. You know that they say that the time was really up in 2012. The Mayan calendar,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so uh, the governments around the world, they know the time was up in 2012, and they are holding on for dear life, trying to stay in power.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much because the world of color, the people of color of the world, black and brown people and yellow people, they decided that they were going to create their own reality and get away from this demonic um, uh, Federal Reserve and all of the things that are going on. Okay, so now we know, and even if we take a look at how everything is being uncovered now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is being uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
The Epstein files that they dropped. Yeah.
Mm.
The Epstein files. That was big, of course. Doesn't affect us. It affects some of those Negroes who had uh, sold their souls.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it affects.
Right.
But it doesn't affect us. We are going to be fine. Okay? The only thing we have to do is, and this is a hard thing, come together. How are we going to do that? Can you tell me? Anybody got any ideas?
I have no idea.
Hey, Rich, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm talking back. You can't hear me?
Hey, Rich, are you on mute?
No, no. Am I on mute, y'all? Do y'all hear me?
Yeah, I was trying to talk to you.
Yeah, you didn't hear me?
You're on mute.
I'm not on mute on my end.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, they hear me. The people hear me. You can't hear me?
Can't hear you.
Oh boy. Let me see. Is she on mute? No, she's not on mute. Something on her end because
can't hear you.
Everybody else can hear me. So it's something on her end. Mama Kali.
I don't know what's going on.
Mama Kali. Oh boy. Mama Kali, can you hear me?
What do I do?
I hear you.
Should I go out and come in again?
Yeah.
I'll try that. Uh, okay. But you did get what I was talking about, how our our sun, I believe that it is connected with the galactic center. That's my belief. Okay.
Serious C, she said.
Let me see. I
I want
will go
to
out and
elaborate on that.
try to come back in. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's gonna work. When she go out and come back in, it's gonna work. But yeah, I wanted her to elaborate on that. But we started looking at the slides and she went to another topic. But I want to ask her, like, where did she get that conclusion that our sun is Sirius C? But yeah, she'll be fine once she goes out and come back in. Yeah, she's amazing, right? Her energy, right? She's absolutely amazing, Mama Kali. She's amazing. All right, she's back on. It's gonna work now.
Okay.
Mama Kali, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I know you hear me now. Hey, Mama Kali, could you touch a little bit more on how did you draw the conclusion that our sun was Sirius C? Like, how did you come to that conclusion based on your studies?
You know, I'm a very curious person.
Mm-hmm.
And when I want to know something, I'm going to look for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was still living in San Francisco, one day I decided I'm going to find out what part of our um, Milky Way our sun is in. Okay, all right. And so, hi, how you doing? My daughter just came in. She just came back from California. Okay. And so I spent the whole day calling observatories all over America. And I asked the head people who would talk to me, I was asking them, well, what part of the galaxy are we on? And the Milky Way? This is our home, is the Milky Way. And I asked them, nobody could tell me. I don't know how or uh, where where they think we are, or whether they just didn't want to say anything, or maybe they don't know. But because Sirius has been such an important constellation in all cultures all over the world. Sirius is big. Why? Well, it's the brightest star in the sky. That is one thing. And it's a powerful story about it. The dog is your protection. It's in the constellation. And it's right there at Orion. Now, we hear about Orion all the time, and it's in the Bible. I mean, it talks about the Pleiades and Orion. And both the Pleiades and Orion are right there next to Sirius. And I think that I sent you a picture of that map with Sirius, the dog star. Do you see that? You see that one?
I do not.
You
I
don't
got
see it.
no. I'm gonna put up on the screen every one that I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna go through every one
Okay.
and let you. Is it? It's not that, right?
No.
It's not that. It's not that.
Wait a minute. Go back. Yeah, that's it. You
It's,
can see how it's pointing to the dog, that very bright white star there.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you see that?
Yep, at the top.
Okay.
At the top.
And yeah. And so to the left, you can see Orion. Okay? It's the three stars there. There is the big Betelgeuse. You can see that big red star. Go to the left and then look down, and you will see Orion. He's got a big club in his hand.
I see it. I see it.
Oh, okay. And the Pleiades are right behind it. Okay. All right. And so we hear about all of these all the time, but every ancient culture talks about Sirius. And the fact that they say that, you can't see this particular star, I think it's Sirius C. If I'm incorrect, I'll check on that, or maybe Bdell can check on it and check it out for me. But anyway, and I don't know Bdell, I just watch his stuff. But anyway, so this is what I thought about when nobody at any of the observatories, and believe me, I called about 20 on that day because I was determined to find out. And nobody had an answer. I don't know if they even know more about it now than they did. That was back in 1990s when I decided that I was going to find out where in the galaxy that we actually, or the Milky Way, we actually are. Okay? And I was determined to do that, but I couldn't get any answers. I'll try again, maybe when I feel like it. I don't know if I want to talk to all those people right now. Right. You know what I mean? Because I'm not sure that they know very much. You know that we are the mathematicians who actually did everything to put all of this technology together. The Chinese didn't do it. Once you show them how to do it, they can do 10,000 in a minute. But the creativity is what we have. That is why we are so special. We are the special people. We are. Why would everybody want to come over here? This is the Holy Land.
What are you talking about, America?
Yes. They always try to tell us that, this and that, but when Christopher Columbus came over here, he said he was going to the Holy Land. And all the rest of them, in their own diaries, that's what they leave out when they're teaching us. They don't teach us. They dumb us down. Right. And that has been proven to the point where right now, all the children, this was discovered during Reagan's administration. He had an educational person that he appointed, and she took a look at the curriculum and said, "What are we doing?" And now, of course, since nothing was done, then you know what? Our children.
Yeah.
And so this is why we have to create our own schools and so forth. Did you get that done? Yes. Yeah, okay. All right. And so this is how I came to that conclusion. It's the Pleiades and these stars, Orion. The three pyramids on the the Nile Delta. They're Cairo. They are lined up exactly the same as Orion's belt. And so this is what we have. I'm pretty sure that I'm correct. I don't know. I don't have anyone to ask. The people that I asked, who are supposed to be the experts, couldn't tell me nothing. And so I go with what has been told to me. Through the intuition. And by the way, as far as that's concerned, it is that intuition that actually is going to propel us. We have to learn to love and live within ourselves. You know what I mean? this looking for God outside of ourselves. Could you give me that? My low battery, I have to go on low battery mode. Do you know that my laptop still hasn't fired up, and I'm doing everything.
You're doing phenomenal. It's all good. You're doing phenomenal, Mama.
Okay,
You're doing
well,
phenomenal.
but it's uncomfortable for me trying to talk in this
little phone, huh?
this little phone, and I can't see anything. And I wanted to show you several things, but hey, it's all good. All right,
We're gonna come back on.
we
We're gonna come back on, and
we can make it. We can make it. So, oh, by the way, they are expecting Beetlejuice. That red star. They call it a red giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's due to explode any day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I heard Brother Panic used to talk about that.
Yeah, the phone charger. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I was asking, my daughter to give me the phone charger so that I could at least do something, I guess. But anyway, the thing is that perhaps, okay. Yeah, I think we have to put over here. I'm sorry about all of the inconsistencies that are going around. But if my phone dies, then that'll be the end of the show. Do you have any more questions, or are there any people?
Yeah, I know. I know the people. If you could give me 15 more minutes, that'd be great. I know the people got a few questions.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Now I can.
Let me move you closer. I'm gonna have to move you closer to the chat.
Hold on. All right.
Give me a couple of questions in the chat.
Okay.
For Mama Kali, y'all. Give me a couple of questions in the chat. One thing I want to bring up while the family get their questions together. Mama Kali, by the way, do you have a Cash App?
Yeah.
What's your Cash App?
Okay.
We gonna support you tonight. We gonna support you tonight.
Yeah. Well,
come over here.
I certainly can. I think I have to move. Because of the outlet, and so you can see the end of the. You can see all of the. Oh,
is it charging? No,
it's not charging.
Let me do. I have to see. Let me change.
No,
it. Now it's charging.
Oh, it's charging.
Yeah.
Okay. Go back. Yeah. Now we're good.
Are you in the picture?
Yeah.
Okay. So come over. Wait. Come a little more.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
And so now I'm in a different position. In front of my herd. My herd of giraffes.
Mama Kali, what's your Cash App? Tell me your Cash App, bro.
Okay.
Please get it right, because I do not want to send money to the wrong.
Okay. MAMA.
MAMA. That's Mama.
Yeah, Mama. Mittie. MITTIE. It's $ Mama Mittie. MITTIE. And let me see if you spelled it wrong. $ Mama Mittie.
You see it?
Oh, okay. Cash App, $ Mama Mittie. Everything's so little. You know,
you on that phone, yeah.
Yeah, on this.
Oh, you said $ MAMA MITTIE.
Right. That's my mama.
Indeed. Family, let's make sure we show some love to the elder, the Queen Elder, who came on here and dropped it with the science. She, on a straight scientific tip tonight. Make sure we show her some Cash App love from the 363 Empire. All right, family, I'm gonna make sure I show Mama Kali some love as well, but I'm gonna leave that on there for a second while I ask this question. Mama Kali, I remember one of the things you talked about in the previous show you did with me was graffiti. Yes. And how there was code. It was coded. It was language that was coded. I want to ask you this, Mom, because I thought about you. I did a show about 2 weeks ago. I had a brother named David. I think he's in the chat now. And the brother writes light language. And the way he wrote the light language, I said, this looked like graffiti. And then I said, this made me think about Mama Kali, because she said the graffiti was some advanced type things that we have no idea about. So can you touch on that again, and maybe how the graffiti will be connected to light language?
Well, yes. I mean, you would not believe some of the symbols. You know the watch that the Anunnaki wore on their arm?
Yeah.
It's on the wall with the graffiti. There's see, unless the PowerPoint can be actually shown, it would be very hard for you to really get it. You got it when you see it on the big screen. You can see it, right. When those images are put up. And I have about 200 slides of those pictures, because I had to do the photographs from way back, maybe 100 yards from the wall, which was there at the beach in San Francisco, Pacific Ocean, and then to capture the small writing that was also a part of the graffiti, I would have to go and take pictures close up. But let me tell you, honey, that was what opened our eyes. Because I had never heard of the Anunnaki. This is 1995. I had never heard of the Anunnaki. Of course, I was into astrology and astronomy at that time, and of course, my background, in world religions and all of that. I did tell you that I also edited a couple of books on Babalaos. I did tell you that, didn't I? And one of the local guys here, he's one of the local farmers. He went over there for initiation in Nigeria, and he bought the book and opened it up and saw it was written by the North Scale Institute. He came here and said, "What? I didn't know y'all had wrote that book." Yeah, we did, But nevertheless, so I had that background. And so when all of that graffiti and the writing on the walls and all those symbols and everything came up, I said, hey, this is something. I don't know what it is, but I am going to take a picture of everything. And I did. I've got about 250. It broke down not only the Anunnaki, but the evil demons who are in charge of this earth now. Now, do you know, devil was supposed to rule for 1,000 years. A whole lot of people think that the devil's time to rule is coming. No, it's finished.
Yeah, the time is up. Yeah.
That thousand years. Take a look at when they first did the Dum Diversus, and all those documents that the Vatican put out to giving them permission to enslave the world. That's 1,000 years. It was
the doctrine of discovery.
Yeah.
Right.
That's 1,000 years old. It was 10 something. I don't forgot. I think that I told myself I needed to get the name of that pope because you get my age and a whole lot of stuff that was stuck. Kind of eases through sometimes.
No, yeah. Indeed. Let's get to a couple of questions, Mama Kali. Let's get to a couple of questions. Once again, family, make sure you hit up. It's spelled right on the screen, family. Y'all cannot get it wrong. Unless you're watching from a phone, it may be a little hard to see, but it's right on the screen. Her Cash App, all right, family. But I'm about to take it off the screen and ask a couple of questions. We're gonna get to Dave first. Dave says, "Is Ophiuchus? How do you pronounce? I keep messing it up. Ophiuchus, the Galactic Center, and interstellar objects, actual influences or symbolic mirrors we're projecting meaning into?"
Actually, it is projecting like a mirror. Remember, that was one of the things that I said?
I heard you say that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the information that was shared in a YouTube video by the Japanese astronomer.
Yeah, Michio Kaku, I think.
Michio Kaku.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I said, hey, this info, I got to keep this. So I'm going to take notes and keep that, because not all of those videos that are out there are good. A lot of them, there's no information in there that I can use.
Indeed.
Okay, because unless there is something of substance, then I don't pay attention to it. Okay, because people can say anything. Okay. All right. And so, this cosmic prophecies, at some point, and I do believe that there are people who would be stunned to see what was on that wall at the beach in San Francisco in 1995 through 1997. Okay, because in 97 we left San Francisco and moved here to Atlanta. You can't buy land in San Francisco, sort of like you can't buy land in New York. You can't buy nothing there, and so we wanted some land so we could do some farming and do events, which we did a whole lot way back in the day. I mean, we did sweat lodges. We'll do it again, but I have to have a younger person to help me with that. I can't do it. I can't do it, or I don't choose to do it right now.
Indeed.
Okay.
Gotcha. Let's keep going with the commercials.
Okay.
Not the questions. I said the commercials. The questions. Yeah. I just seen one. Oh man, I'm sorry, family. I just seen a question I wanted to ask.
I can't see.
Yeah, I didn't put it on the screen yet. Give me a second. The one I wanted to ask was, okay, yeah. Does she know the correlation between stars and ley lines?
Yes. Now, all the ley lines are directed to the stars, the grid. There is a grid on Earth. And that is the reason why things are put in certain places, like all the churches. I mean, especially the mega churches, they are really put on ley lines. Now, it used to, in fact, all the government buildings and all of that, they specifically put them at certain places so that they could use and harvest the energy from that particular. It's power. The ley lines are power. Okay.
Indeed. Indeed.
There is, and I do know some people who actually plot that. I know a couple of people who plot that.
Right. Okay. Let's keep this going with the questions. They want to know if Beetlejuice is going to explode, what would happen to Bellatrix that is near to it?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what will happen here?
Yeah.
I mean, if this is where we are, and from my heart, I believe it. I believe that we are associated with the dog star. Now, I believe that, and so it's in close galactic proximity to us. It's in that quadrant, and very close. So I don't know what, if it explodes and goes out like that, I don't know what it'll do on Earth. How would I know?
They want to know, are data centers on special energetic places like ley lines?
I'm not sure. I don't know how they select the spots. I'm not sure. Uh, Now, the one that was put in Memphis when Elon Musk did that problem, messed with those people there in Memphis, deceived them, had a facility built. It was supposed to be something else, and then at the last minute, here come Elon Musk making a deal with the city council, and before you know it, they're using all the water, all the electricity outside, in the Memphis Black community. Uh-huh. And the people were getting sick and everything. I mean, they are an environmental hazard. They really are. And we have to, and from what I'm hearing from a lot of people who are in the business of AI, they say it is dangerous. Because like for instance, us, when we use AI, we are teaching AI.
Right.
You see, so we are actually increasing the mental power of an artificial intelligence. I mean, they're trying to turn us into transhumans.
Yeah.
And they already started. I know a whole lot of us in this community, we didn't take, whatever that was. We didn't do that.
Yeah, 2020. Yep.
Yep, we didn't go that way. But a lot of people did. And in fact, I was reading something today where they're talking about how there's so much problems with, hard problems with people from teens until like 40.
Yeah.
And they are actually blaming the spike protein. And so, I mean, hey, we got to take care of ourselves.
Right.
And I know a lot of us are living in cities, and we've never held a shovel. We need to learn how to hold a shovel. Not only that, but I think you do have land around you, don't you? Yeah, you're supposed to be bringing some food in here, honey.
Yeah, I'm actually building with a black farmer now. A real big black farmer. Yeah, I was talking to the family about that a couple of weeks ago. We're going to get into farming. Yeah, I'm looking to get into farming. So yeah, that's definitely on the radar. It's definitely on the radar.
Oh, to get some farmland.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm still in a pretty isolated area, although I've had some encroachment. And I may be looking for extra land too. I have a few acres here, but it's too close to the city. It's not in the city, but it's close enough so that I can say that, hey, it won't take me no time to get to the city wherever I want to go, because I got a straight line through the city. But I'm in the woods.
Mama Kali, the star map behind you. Why is the white lines like that? I'm gonna ask a question after. Why is it in that particular symbol? I want to ask a question, but
okay.
If you look behind you, you know what I'm talking
about. I know what it is.
It's like three lines. Yeah.
That's the symbol of the Yod, Y-O-D, the finger of God. Okay. All right. Now, let me explain to you why I did that. Okay. During the cosmic prophecies of San Francisco, there were these numbers that were repeated 104, 189. It was all over the wall in various places. 104, 189, 104, 1 everywhere, all over the wall. And it was about a mile long. Okay. And so we couldn't figure out what 104 and 189 meant. I mean, what is 104, 189? And then, I was doing my yoga before leaving, and I did and looked at the sky. I said, "Oh, okay, let me go and look at my star map."
Right.
Because I realized, okay, where's that circle? What is it? So when I put 104 on the, no, it won't work if I try to get up. You can see it from here.
Yeah, we see it. Let me get rid of me on the screen. We can see it.
Okay. All right. So,
and the reason why I asked you that, and I want you to elaborate. The reason why I asked you that, I forget who I heard say this, but they were talking about symbols that corporations uses, and they said that our ancient symbol is being used. Let me put this on the screen. Hold up. They said our ancient symbol is being used by Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
And they said the Mercedes-Benz symbol. Wait, damn, what? I was trying to. Oh, hold on, give me. I was trying to make like a grand display, and then hold up, Mama Kelly, because this is okay. Yeah, they say our symbol is being used by Mercedes-Benz. So when I seen that reminded me of Mercedes-Benz, the Mercedes-Benz symbol.
Right, it does look like that, but those are three equal triangles, or they're not real triangles.
Okay.
But this is a yod. This is the finger of God. Okay. 19 is 104 is Sirius, and 189 is the Great Mother, or Virgo. Okay. And so, with my mind, I think, scientifically, mathematically. And I said, okay, well, there's 2 points. Then where's the third point? Because, there's a third point that intersects there.
Right.
And so that's that third point. And the symbol is a yod, or the finger of God. Okay? So do you know where that pointed to?
Where?
Cephas. Cephas, the Ethiopian king. The rise of the Ethiopian king. Okay, who is the Ethiopian king?
Go ahead. Tell us, Mama.
Okay. Now, you know that what is coming out now with the Ethiopian Bible, you know that now the world is realizing that the real Bible is much older than that one that James gave us in 1611.
Right.
And that it gives information about the holy families, if I can say that. It gives it just lays it all out correctly. And the the pictures depict our people, brown skinned people with curly or kinky hair, throughout all of their religious books and so forth. And, the Russian Orthodox Church exposed that last year. Remember, folks got so mad and upset. Oh, they was mad, honey. But now, because people are beginning to read the Ethiopian Bible, now they realize how much was left out.
Right.
You see? Okay, and so I think I can get up and show you. Can you see me from here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. This is the dog star.
Mm-hmm.
Right up here. This is uh, Virgo, the Virgin. And, oh, by the way, this is Draco. You know, they say that Draco covers 1/3 of the sky.
Mm.
And you could see it here with his wings and everything. So they're saying that when uh, she gives birth, then the dragon is there, and you know, the Dracos eat children. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, you heard. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've heard about that. And so this third line, which is like goes right here, goes right straight through Cephas, the Ethiopian king. Okay? Now there's a whole story about Cephas and Andromeda and Cassiopeia.
Mm-hmm.
There's a long legend about that, you know, but for now, just to know that it was all pointing to the fact that the women are rising, and we're going back to matriarchy, and the Ethiopian king will take his place.
Mm.
Okay, so that's the story. And I don't know if I ever mentioned to you that when we went to Ethiopia to see a prophet there, his name was Kasa, and we went down to this place called Dilo. And in Ethiopia, you know, you wind and wind to the Great Rift Valley. And we went through Shashamani. Have you ever heard of Shashamani?
I heard of Shashamani, yeah.
That's where the brother gave that money. I mean, not money, the land to the Rastas. And the Rastas are not there. But I was able to see this beautiful place, and the people, the locals, are not happy at all because they said it was the best land that was given to the Rastas.
You know, they is that the land they were supposed to give to the African Americans who went and fought Napoleon, and because they were Selassie, he was going to give us land.
Well, that land is sitting there,
and
hardly anybody there.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody knows that story, what happened with that. Let me know in the chat, because there was land they were supposed to give African Americans because we went and helped Ethiopia when Napoleon, I think, or something like that, was at war with them. If y'all know anything about that, let me know in the chat.
There's maybe someone who's there who knows or has read about it or even been there to know about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. And so we went down to see the prophet, and prophet said, go back and tell the women who were born in the African diaspora in America, tell them that they are the ones who will change the world. And now that's big.
Tell the women that were born in the diaspora that they are the ones that are going to change the world.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big announcement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the demons are aware of that. And so what they wanted to do was to preempt the upward movement of the righteous women in the diaspora, preempt them by putting those greedy, materialistic women in positions of power. And you know how many mayors we got, how many judges we got, how many legislators do we have, how many, and none of them work for us. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they preempted, knowing that this was coming, knowing that women would rise and they would make the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they put these women in there who, you know, they work for, you know who, small, you know, and they have no interest in helping us to get anything done. It's not in their interest. It's not in their interest. Okay.
Wow.
And so, but that's all right. Because they will go down with their masters.
Yep.
You know, it's sort of like Django. You remember when Stephen? Okay. Honey, he had to go.
Yeah, had to go.
Couldn't keep him there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, but Mama Kali, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. It's been an absolute magnificent show. I had a great time. One more question, because I seen shout out to Ashe 9 Affirmations. She want to know your thoughts on female nomos ruling planet Nyan Tolo in Sirius C.
Ruling Nomo.
Female nomos. You know, the Dogon talked about the
Nomos, they are, see, I can't see what the question is, so repeat it again.
Thoughts on female nomos ruling planet Nyan Tolo in Sirius C.
Oh, okay. I don't have that information, but apparently you do. And so I would love for you to share that with me. Okay? Yeah, you know that Dr. Finch, he was also big on Sirius. He actually went there and stayed with the people up in the mountains, the shamans up there, you know, in Mali. You know? Yeah?
Oh, wow.
He did. Yeah. And you know, he passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. You the one that told me. You told me.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when our great ones leave, we have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
We have to acknowledge that. One of my dear friends who was with the Republic of New Africa, she passed a couple of days before Finch. You know, the Republic of New Africa. See, these are things you don't know about. You're too young. See, that is the reason why we have to integrate the elders into the community.
Absolutely right.
We've seen things that you ain't seen and you don't know.
Absolutely right.
I'm not pointing to you so much as, you know, the collective.
Yeah. Definitely.
And what I do is make sure that everything that I can do, I pass it on to my grandchildren.
Indeed.
Words that we used to use back in the day, you know, sayings that we used to, I make those, continuing the legacy.
Indeed.
Okay.
You got social media? They want to know if you got social media. You on social media?
Yeah, I have the Cosmic Prophecies. Who's your daddy? You know, I have let me see. I think that's on Cosmic Prophecies. What is that on? I think it's on Instagram. Oh, it's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
Let me see. Do you want my email? I can give you a phone number you can call.
Oh, them people will drive you crazy. I don't want to get your phone number, Mama. Oh no, I ain't doing that to you. I ain't doing that to you, Mama. Oh man, your phone will be ringing all day and all night.
That wouldn't work.
I need your help. I'm gonna look out for you. Do you have we'll give you an email. You could give an email if you're on Instagram or anything like that. But if not, you could give an email.
Kohari Village. You can you know, contact me at koharivillage@gmail.com. The Kohari is my tribe. Kohari.
From where? Where's the Kohari tribe at?
North Carolina. I told you that's where I'm from. My mother went to Indian school in Pembroke, North Carolina, back in 1909.
But I'm writing the email down right now.
koharivillage@gmail.com. And, we can communicate. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered this. Oh, my God. Okay. I know many elder women who are ready to lead. Elder women who have the knowledge, background, and interest in moving us forward. If there are any elder women out there who want to join us, and I don't mean just those who are affiliated with an Indian tribe or I mean all of our people. Those who call themselves Hebrews, those who call themselves Islam, those who call themselves Moors, all of them. We need to come together. We need to get all this bullshit that these folks can put on us all this time. It's garbage. And we do not, we have abandoned that. We don't need any more of it. So any older women who are interested in joining this council of elder women, please contact me at my email. Okay, please. I'm glad I remembered that, because we need to make plans for us. We can't sit around and let these people bring in a brand new apartheid system and impose it upon us. You see, they're trying to bring these South African farmers over here. Some of them already over here. I know a farmer who teaches them. South African farmers coming over here to take farmland. Okay. And getting paid.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you put that out for the elder sisters out there. Make sure y'all hit up that email, koharivillage@gmail.com. Definitely make sure you hit up that email. With that being said, once again, I appreciate you so much, Mama Kali, for coming on.
Oh, I appreciate your inviting me.
And thanks for the family in the chat who remind me. They was like, Brother Rich, you got to bring Mama Kali back. And I was like, yo, you know what I do? I definitely do. So yeah, I'm glad. Thanks for reminding me, family. With that being said, listen, Mama Kali, I want to do a council. It's funny you mentioned the elders, because I had mentioned to Dr. Phil Valentine a month ago. I want to do a council of elders show with about 6, 7, 8 of y'all on the show at the same time, and just kick it with y'all on a panel. And so we could get some, you know how much wisdom that is from 8 of y'all or something like that. So I'm definitely going to be calling you about that, Mama Kali.
Oh, great. I know a Moorish woman. She's 94.
Wow.
And she's living out there in Kansas on Moorish land. And I've been trying to find out with her, who is going to actually take over that land. She and only one more person up there, and it's hundreds of acres.
Wow.
And I called her the other day when the storm was coming, just to make sure she was all right. I was hoping that she would go to the city as opposed to stay out there all by herself. But she's 94 years old, and she ain't gonna hear nothing. She gonna do what she wanna do.
Yeah.
But and then I have a couple of elder chiefs, elder women who got the knowledge. Okay, I ain't talking about these women sitting around going, well, let me shut my mouth. Okay, we'll go now.
Hey, listen, I'm definitely, because I want to get connected with some of these elder women and just bring them, even if it's not for the panel. I want to bring them on the show to chop it up with them and talk to them. So
Okay.
we definitely
Well,
gonna do
you
that.
can imagine how disappointed she is.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, she started with the Moors when she was 14.
Oh, a long time. Wow.
And been living out there on that land now. I think she said she's been there for 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm. But they get some heavy snow and all that out there. So I don't want to hold you anymore. I can talk. You know that.
Hey, I appreciate you for coming on, Mama. I'm gonna give you a call probably tomorrow, right?
Okay, that'll be fine.
Take
Thank
care
you
of yourself.
so much.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, take care.
Bye bye. Yeah, shout out to Mama Kali. That was amazing show. Her energy is priceless, right, y'all? Sometimes, you don't have to say a word for somebody to feel your energy, and she's that type of vibe. She doesn't have to say a word, and we could just feel her energy through her aura. So shout out to that elder. I had shared her Cash App earlier. Make sure y'all show Mama Kali some love. And it's dope to have her on here again. I had her on here last year, either the last year or the year before last, and I didn't have her on in a while. So I'm glad that I'm gonna send Mama Kali. She want her cigars. Mama Kali, if you still listening, I'm gonna send you your cigars. I'm gonna send her cigars. She said she was in Cuba and she had her Cuban cigars, so I'm gonna make sure she gets some crystalline cigars, and she gonna be communicating with the ancestors on that one. But yeah, family. I think I'm not doing a show tomorrow night. I think I'm gonna be back Saturday. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be back Saturday. What y'all in the chat talking about? I think I'm gonna be back Saturday. So, and I think Saturday, I think I'm gonna film outside on Saturday. I think I'm I think I'm gonna film outside on Saturday. Somebody said send her the $4 I sent you. When you send me $4, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? A super chat? Oh, you talking about a super chat? Well, I can't send her that because YouTube done took about 2 of that. So I might out of those $4, I might get 2. But I get your point, brother. We're gonna take care. We're gonna take care of Mama Kali. We're gonna take care of Mama Kali. We are. We're gonna take care of that elder. Let me because I played the commercial earlier. Let me put the link in the chat for y'all who are interested. The cigars are donation based. Those who donate 30 or more will get cigars. So, if you want to donate, feel free to. But if you want to get gifted a cigar, you donate 30 or more and you will get gifted some cigars. I got a lot going out on Friday. No, not Friday, Saturday. So yeah, because I gotta send some out to a couple of speakers that was on here. Am I cut my hand? I don't know how I cut it. But yeah, that elder panel, the elder panel is gonna be amazing. I don't know when I'm gonna try to do it before the end of February. And that Phil, I'm gonna call Phil. So Phil wants to. Yes, the other day he was talking about a lot of things he want to talk about that may be sensitive to YouTube. I'm gonna talk to Phil about getting on the Patreon. So if you are a Patreon, stay tuned for that. I'm gonna get Phil. I'm gonna set something up with Phil on the Patreon within the next week or 2. I meant to call him today, but I didn't get a chance to. So I'm gonna call Phil and set something up with him the next but yeah, okay, you got the Cordoba Organics, that's dope. Then you love the hair products, excellent, glad you love it. Yeah, like I said, shout out to Selena. I see it, they are amazing. I gotta send them their cigars too, so theirs is going out in that order. Yeah, a lot of y'all asking about the hat. I shared the website last time. Let me see if I see it. They gonna. I'm. But I make a lot. I was about to say, damn, I'm about to make them a lot of money. I hope a lot of people make. That's an amazing purpose to have, to help people make money in this realm, especially the gods and goddesses of this realm. So it's a dope position that I'm in. This is the website that I go to. I got a lot of the hats from, as you can see, the hat right there. You see it? So this is the website. I got 3 hats from them. This is Nubia, Nuwbia. They got a lot of amazing merch. So y'all could go on there and get some merch. But that's where I got the Supreme Being. Y'all see me with the Supreme Being hat. See, I got it right here. I got this hat right here. Then I got this. But y'all could go on there and get drippy. Our clothing should represent the frequency. Our clothing should represent our frequency. It's dope merch. Yeah, dope merch. This Supreme Being hat, this go hard because they got the Nubia black gods on the side. You know what I mean? You see that right there? I think who's that? Patar? I think that's Patar, right? Yeah, that's Patar. That's Patar. But yeah, this is hard. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be I'll be representing with the gear, with the clothing, man. But shout out to all of y'all. Let me see what else y'all talking about in the chat. But yeah, like I said, on Saturday I'm a film, but I think I'm gonna film outside, get some outside footage. All right. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Shout out to eSnap. eSnap said, "What's up with the Carbon Code Collective? Coming real soon." I know I keep saying that. It's funny. I just talked to my website guy. There was a delay with the website. With the app. From I'm dealing with black people, and like I said, when I seen how many people, I seen the conference rooms and the meetings of Discord and all of these and WhatsApp and all that, and I'm like, there's not a black person in sight. And I'm like, yo, I really want to build something and represent, and have something black, have something that represents our culture, something that, we could call our own. So I'm dealing with, some black folks. Amazing brother. I think he got a team. Amazing brother. Shout out to Quentin. His name is Quentin. Shout out to Quentin. But it's going to take a little time. I got a couple of things I'm working on. Another thing, announcement. I'm coming out with my own podcast, and it's going to be real dope. It's going to be real dope. So I would say the first episode of my podcast should air in March. I would say the ending of March. I think I'm going to say the ending of March should be the first episode of my podcast. So I'm getting the set designed and everything, and it's going to be real dope. But, that's going to take this information to a whole nother level. It's going to take this information to a whole nother level. So stay on the lookout. Stay on the lookout for that. Stay on the lookout for that. Besides that, besides that, see, somebody said, when's the next 363 event? I was just talking to Blue Pill about that the other day. We got some ideas. We're not making no official announcement yet, but things are being worked on behind the scenes. Trust me, family. Things are being worked on. Revolutionary things that represent the paradigm in a new world. Everything we do got to be representative of the new world. Anything that's a representative of the old world, the energy's not going to be behind it. So it's time for creativity. So, we're fusing a lot of creative thoughts and ideas with everything we're doing moving forward. And so yeah, just it's like I said, it's just taking a little longer. The first person, I got music apps that I'm working on, and I had to change my developers with that. Yeah, somebody shared the book titles to Mama Kali. She got Global Transformation, The Rise of Divine Feminine Power, and Ascension of Ethiopian King, and that's on Amazon. So if you are interested in that, you can go to Amazon and get that. All right. Yep. I call it Eternal Sunshine. Yep. Yeah, somebody said Erin opened up a spot. Yeah, I did see that on Instagram. Shout out to Erin and Adewale. I did see that on Instagram. Just let me know what episode I could come through on. Indeed, Dave. Indeed. Definitely gonna let you know, my brother. But yeah, I think I'm a no, it ain't gonna be just me. No, it's gonna be guests. I don't like talking too much, you know. It be draining for me. It feels draining when I talk too much. So I don't like I'd rather just ask questions. I feel energized. You gotta know, understand subtle energy and understand when you start to feel a little drained versus when you start to feel energized. And I always feel energized when I ask questions, but if I talk too much, or I don't feel as energized. So you know, um, I'd rather ask questions, and it's more fun for me. That's more of I'm like the point guard of the gods. You know, I'm like what you would call a point. I pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? I like passing the ball, and everybody else score. They be slam dunking on y'all and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I like passing the ball. I'm like Magic Johnson, or like Kyrie Irving or something like that. Nope, that's something else that's coming. Did you make the announcement for Inventors? Yeah, that's coming soon too. Like I said, there's a couple of things. Yep. Yeah, the solo shows be fun, but you know what? That's why I do them when I'm inspired, or when I'm in that flow, because I feel energized when I do it. But if I just did it like it was a job, like I had to do it every day, then But thanks for everybody who watched the solo shows. But I like just doing it when when I just I'm in that mode. You know what I'm saying? But let me get out of here. What happens to that? How can I contact you? You can contact me on email, richardmerritt@yahoo.com. My daughter's over there crying. But yeah, you can contact me email. I'll put my email in the chat. You can contact me email, richardmerritt@yahoo.com. All right. But with that being said, let me see. What else y'all talking about. Yeah, I guess with that being said, let me get out of here. Yeah, I'm the Arsenio Hall. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm glad somebody said, what about the conscious dating or the divine masculine? Initially I wanted to do that, and then I was just like, it's like more entertainment for a lot of people than when I seen people on the internet having their own versions of it, and just seeing how people react, and even seeing how people say they want one thing, well, what people say they want and what they actually go after is two different things. And just energetically, I just I didn't want to tap into that. I still might. It'll be hella fun. We might have. Well, I'll keep you. Do Dobbs said, "Pop the blue, effed it up." Yeah, that definitely. That's like that whole conscious dating, man. I mean, it's like I told y'all, like even how we define what's high frequency. It's like I don't know, y'all. But I still might dabble in it, but it's not how I was going to do it originally. I was just like, because my whole thing is this. My whole thing, and some of y'all might disagree with me when I hear people say there's no good people out there, like there's no good girls out there, there's no good guys out there. I think y'all are passing up good people and not knowing it. I think, a lot of y'all are passing up great people and not even realizing it. I seen a movie the other day. It's an old movie with LL in it, and LL was talking, and he was talking to the girl, and he told the girl, he was like, yeah, such and such, me and my lady or my wife or something, he said. And then the dude told LL after he was talking to the girl, he's like, why did you tell her you had a wife? LL said, no woman wants a man that another woman doesn't want. And there's a lot of truth to that. People want what's already wanted. And oftentimes, the same people they say there's no good people around, they realize how good those people are once somebody else has them. But it takes somebody else having them for them to realize they're good. And when you play the game like that, you're going to come up short every time. It's like when you're in the store, you got to be able to put the outfit on in your mind before you see somebody else wearing it. By the time you see somebody else wearing it, you're just going to be a copycat and you ain't going to be that exclusive. But you got to be able to recognize the beauty and the brilliance and the God in somebody before anybody else does. And oftentimes, like what LO said, I feel as though we don't see it until somebody else sees it. And that hurts us a lot when it comes to finding these right relationships. And I did a show with Rod Hayes. This show I got on Patreon, Spiritual Therapy, is dope. A sister was asking, my husband, I don't know if a husband or a boyfriend, but she was like, he's not really conscious, but he's a good provider. Now, a lot of people, if a man's not conscious, a lot of sisters would be like, he's not high frequency. But maybe that's not the match for you. Maybe the match for you is a man that's an amazing provider. Maybe you're supposed to bring the consciousness to the equation. But I just feel as though what we're looking for, we don't know what to look for when we say what we want. And I don't know if I said that right, but Rod gave the sister amazing advice. He told her, don't leave the guy just because he don't have knowledge of self. He may not have came down here to have knowledge of self, but that don't not make him a good person. And wouldn't y'all rather much have a person who's a good person and who has a good heart than a person who could recite something they read in a book? And the ego will tell you, well, I'd rather have the person that knows how to recite shit from a book and who eat kale all goddamn day. But I said this plenty of times, and I eat healthy. I'm not a vegan, but I know some of the most degenerate vegans in the world. I know a lot of degenerate vegans. So this is now, I'm not a proponent of, he's so high frequency, he eats healthy. Like, that's good to preserve your avatar. Fasting is good to clear your mind and get messages, but what messages do you want to get? What God do you serve? I don't know what God. You could be a vegan. I think they say Hitler in his last days was a vegan or something. So, we just got to figure out. I think we need to figure out. We if something ain't working, I feel as though we need to try something new. And I think whatever we're doing right now as a community isn't working, and it's time to try something new. And my son wants to bother me. That must mean it's time to go. I may help you, son. Let me give me a second. All right, I'm almost done. All right. Yeah, that must mean it's time to go. Somebody said, but what if he's a good person but always cheating? I mean, then that'll be a deal breaker for you. He's not that good if he's always cheating. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to use our own discretion. If you have don't touch that serious. If you have a verbal agreement on some things, one of the things about cheating is you have a this contract with this person where I'm going to do this, I'm going to fulfill this, you're going to fulfill that. You shouldn't want to hurt somebody. Would you want to just walk up to somebody you love and punch them in the face? Well, cheating a lot of times can feel like a punch in the face. So I wouldn't do that, So I don't think if you are cheating and listen, women accept a lot of shit. So brothers, you could want 5 wives in today's age. A woman be accepting of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think each one of us should figure out what works for us. Just like a sister may want to tell a brother, I want an open relationship. You just got to figure out, you got to get with somebody who's on your same frequency and do whatever works for y'all. But we shouldn't be out here tricking people and saying, I'm into this, but you're really into that. Honesty, like I say, you be honest. You want brothers, you want 3 wives, tell us sisters will be like, cool, just, boom, 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 boom. Or vice versa. Sister may be like, yo, bro, you work all the time. I may want a brother, these people are very accepting of things, especially in today's age. So I just think that honesty is key. And I think that's what makes you a good person, honesty. So, and just because you eat kale all goddamn day, that has nothing to do with honesty. Or just because you study metaphysics, study the code, or just because you like candles, or just because you meditate, that has nothing to do with honesty. Absolutely nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all. That's, that's great. But honesty is a trait that we need as a community. When we have, especially people always talking about, community, we need community. We need honesty before we get community. Can't be fucking each other over, and that's just not in sexual relationships. That's in all relationships. Integrity. That's why this new era is going to bring a lot of righteous rulers. It's going to bring a lot of integrity. We need to get back to that. Hopefully, everybody's seeing that money ain't like I've been saying this for the last year. Like if we could see now that we see what the rich are into and how miserable they are, can we not have the cash rules everything around me mentality? Now that we see that they're completely miserable, they're parasitic, they're miserable, and the shit that when you got to do things like that, ain't no way in the world you happy. So now that we see that, we shouldn't sell our soul. Like I was watching a boxer, Terrence Crawford. He was talking about leaving boxing, and the dude podcaster was like, he was throwing numbers out there, and he was like asking Terrence Crawford if he would come back for 100 million, and then Crawford was like, no. And the dude was like, 100 million? I sell my soul for 100 million. And Crawford was like, well, we know what type of character you got now. Ain't no money in the world. There's no dollar amount. You know how how amazing of a person that gotta feel to say that to yourself and really know it in your heart that there's no dollar amount that you could be bought. Like no dollar amount in the world. Like we're eternal. Why would you ruin your aura and go through all that when you're an eternal being? Your soul is priceless. I mean, you can never sell your soul technically, but just to go through with that, like there's feelings that we want to experience in this realm. And when you have integrity, and I'm a man of integrity, you feel things inside that people dream of, but they don't know that the way to feel those feelings and they go through all this stuff is through righteousness. When you do righteous thing, you experience things that people with $100 million want to experience but can't. They go to Africa and they pay the motherfucking the leaders over there to be what do you call that? When you the leader of a voodoo cult or some shit, whatever. They still don't feel that deep down inside. But those who know. That's why I said I could go on for 2 hours complimenting myself. For 2 hours. Y'all make, and everybody should feel that way about themselves. Because you should think that highly of yourself because you know what you out there doing behind closed doors and when the doors is open. Now, we're not all perfect, We definitely not all perfect. We all got our shit with us. We all got our dark side with us. And that's what make us who we are. But there's just things out there that we're doing that are unacceptable behavior. You know, the shit you see going on in the industry in Hollywood, like that's totally not, that's not our, even with Kanye. I'll give you an example. Kanye talking about people's children, calling Jay-Z's children retarded. Like that ain't, that's not in our heart. Like we black, you know, us in America, around the world, the Caribbean, wherever, that's not in our heart. Especially if you was born in America. If you born in America, we don't do shit like that. There's certain shit, we're not serial killers. You know what I'm saying? We don't go around raping. That's not traditionally, that's not a part of our community. And we got to get back to who we are. You know, we see mental illness taking over. All this shit ain't worth it. Or mental illness is at an all, the whole world got mental illness right now. It's at an all-time high. So this, you know, then that's why I talked about embracing boredom and, you know, tapping into silence and things of that nature, is because you start to understand, you know, where happiness really resides in, you know. But yeah, and that was just a long way of explaining why I didn't do the whole dating app and shit like that. But yeah, somebody said if you were raised FBA, you know better. Yeah, you damn right. You was raised foundational views, Black America, you know better. You know better than do shit like that. Back in the day, the drug dealers knew children and women was off limits. Back in the day, before the crack epidemic and all, we knew even if you sold drugs, there's just lines you don't cross. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we could get into the dark shit. We could get into some dark shit. I'll be there. You know, but there's just certain lines you don't cross, you know, like disrespecting your mama, shit like that. You know, you hear kids, yeah, he hit his mama. We don't hit our mother effing mothers. We don't do shit like that. We don't hit mothers and hit our, you know what I'm saying? Even if we don't get along with our mother, we not hitting on our mother and shit like that. There's just things that we, you know, there's codes, you know, we need to bring back these codes, and there needs to be, you know, consequences when you go against certain codes in the community. You know, and the coolest nigga in the community can't be the person with all the money, because if we live in a system where they reward degenerates with money, then the coolest person in the community that the children going to follow is going to be the degenerate. So we can't follow the dudes with the biggest bag, the biggest that it got to be in you, not on you. That shit don't even guarantee you a cool nigga, or you this, or you that, or you got that aura in you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got money, you don't got that aura in you. You don't got that presence that motherfuckers feel you when you walk in a room. Money don't buy you that. That shit is God given. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that God power, that blueprint for God power. Money don't buy you, you know that. You got to really tap into yourself with that. And you know, we just got a lot of work to do as a community. You know, and I think there needs to be things before a dating show, you know, that we work on. And you know, we're gonna get there, you know, like Mama Kali said, you know, we only been down and out for us. If we measure it in terms of world history, we only been down and out for a fraction of a second. It seems like forever, but we've been kings and queens and gods and goddesses and titans and Olympians and all this shit for millions of years. We ran out of shit to do. So the white boy been running around like he running shit at least for the last couple of thousand years, maybe 3, 4, 5,000. He been running around, and he was a hell of an invention. He was an amazing invention. I mean, he did exactly what he came here to do. We probably never seen no shit like him before in humanity. He did exactly what he came down here to do. And but you know, time is up. You know, and it's time for us to get back in our seat of rulership, like Sister Myra says. But yeah, let me get out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna see y'all, and I think Super Bowl is Sunday too. I'm not big into the football like that, but I think Super Bowl is this Sunday. Maybe I should do something on Saturday talking. Maybe I should talk to the people about, you know, the symbolism or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Bobby Hemmett said that. Bobby Hemmett said he running around this mother effer, but he don't run shit. Yeah, he's running around it, but he don't run it. He's running around it. You know? Yeah, he's running around it. Yeah. We need that back. Like you said, we need that back. We need that back. We need all our shit back. We need our symbols back. We need all our shit back. I even want my rainbow back from the gay community. I want my rainbow. I want my SWAT sticker. The rainbow. I want we need all our shit back. They took all our shit. They took it all and gave it to every other group. The KKK took our regalia. They took our uniform. We need our uniform back from the KKK. They took all our shit. They took the snake, made the snake evil. I want my snakes back. You know what I'm saying? The dragons. We need our gargoyles. We need all our shit back. And we gonna get it back. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is entertainment for the soul. This is what Roz said. This is, I guess we was bored or something, but no matter how good or how bad, quote unquote, your life is, don't take none of this shit too serious. Don't take it too serious. Everybody have good dreams tonight. Let's all do the water experiment tonight, y'all. Let's write our intentions under a glass of water and see it unfold in our lives. We are 80 or 90% water. Let's send a clear message to the cells and the atoms in our body about what we want tomorrow, specifically tomorrow. And let's, and our body is waiting for us to talk to it more. Big face hunters. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Big face hunters. What's in my pocket, dog? Shout out to y'all. I can't wait to get this app together so we could have this community off YouTube, this micro community. So like I said, just give it like another month, but I'm gonna have the app with the ability for us to talk to each other. Is my son in the closet? I don't know what these kids do. My son don't have school tomorrow, so he just chilling, doing all types of stuff. Other than that, let me get out of here, family. I'm gonna see y'all later. It's 11:06. I'm gonna see y'all on Saturday. Won't be on tomorrow. I'll see y'all Saturday, right? Have a good night, y'all. Peace and blessings. I'm gonna play the cigars. Commercial gonna play for the outro. So if you want to tap in with the cigars, I'm gonna share the link again. Like I said, I'm extremely thankful that the tobacco came in my life. It has helped me up. It's helped me out such a great deal. So he said, why he still up? He ain't got scooter ball. He chilling. He chilling. He ain't got scooter ball. He it's teacher day or some shit they done said. Teacher work day. There you go, son. All right. Yeah, enjoy the silence, family. I've been meditating more and more too. You know what oh my God, wait till I bought from Amazon a Muslim rug. So I've been studying sound so much, y'all. Like I keep showing this book over and over, but there's plenty of books that I'm studying. The Quadrivian, a lot of books on sound. And I got let me share this link. I got a music YouTube channel where I'm gonna be talking about because me, Red and Blue got the news music channel, but I got a channel that I'm gonna be focused on. I'm gonna be making music live on the channel and talking about the science of music and the healing properties of music and things like that. I just shared it. So make sure y'all go over to my new YouTube channel and subscribe. I just shared the link. Yeah, it's gonna be a real dope channel on the science of music, cymatics, all of that, beat making, instruments, 440 hertz experimentation, all of that stuff. It's gonna be dope. What happened to your Cash App? Nothing happened to it. I just stopped sharing it. I just focused on the guests. Cash App did couple of funny things. I just got discouraged and I said fuck them. And I just been sharing the I'll share it now with y'all. But I just been sharing the guests, taking care of the guests, making sure making sure that the family take care of the guest, you know. But that is yeah, but okay, so yeah, so King Simon said I took my rug out last week. So this is what I say. So all right, so it didn't come in the mail yet, King Simon. I ordered a Muslim rug because I got this pillow, but this shit. So let me show you. Hold on, this shit's so uncomfortable. I'm too big for this shit, man. I'm too big for this shit. I got this pillow. Shout out to Health Unlimited, a real good health store in Atlanta. But I got this pillow. You know, I'm gonna make my son meditate. You know, I wrote that down because my son got in trouble the other day, and you know, I don't want to just use physical force or whatnot to discipline him. And I wrote down in my notes, I said I'm gonna make him meditate. One of the things is I'm gonna make him meditate. So this is gonna be his This is gonna be his. You see how it came to me? This is gonna be his to meditate. You heard that, serious? That's gonna be his to meditate on. But listen to what I'm saying. King Simon said my Muslim rug was calling me. So I'm studying sound, and my spirit keep telling me to listen to the King Simon, what you call that when they be like the Minari? What's that called, King Simon? I'm not trying to make a mockery out of it, but it sounds like it's real high pitched. It's real high pitched. No, it's not Sufi. They got a name, the Minareed and I seen it's not Sufi. No, it's not Sufi. It's not Sufi. But it's a name for it. But yo, I've been zoned out to that lately. Oh man, that I've been tapped in because I'm learning about harmonics, and they do something with their voice where there's a lower tone and there's a high pitched tone. And to produce two tones with your voice at the same time, there's a science to that, and there's magic in that. And this is why these videos get the whole world is watching these videos. They get millions of views. I think it's called the Mizine. It's the Muslim call to prayer. I know it's the Muslim, yeah, but I think there's a name for it. But I've been really tapped in with that. I'm gonna do one of those one day. But shout out to the, I know a lot of our religions have been polluted with certain, throughout time, but some of our practices and the music in these systems are absolutely amazing. Just like the gospel music, but the Muslim music, man, whoa, man, I'm really in. Ampool gave me a real good one. I seen a real good one on Ampool channel, so I've been like really tapped in with that. And I talked to Phil about that too. Phil gave me the science behind the Muslim prayer and the solfeggio frequencies and all of that. So shout out to Phil. I don't know what it's called, the Adhan. It might be that, but I know it's the Muslim call to prayer. But that's truly magical. It's truly magical. And I'm a believer, and I'm tapping in with that. I'm tapping in with that from now on. And I'm got my Muslim rug, and I want to meditate. I want to pray 5 times a day like Muslims now. You know how they pray 5 times a day? I want to do that same thing now. And you know how not only do they pray, they get on the rug. I want to get on my rug and pray 5 times a day. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to do that. I want to be that connected and tapped in, like they're tapped in with their religion like that. I want to be that connected and tapped in with my highest self. It's that time. It's go time, y'all. So you gotta tap in with your intuition and take bits and pieces from all these systems and put something together that works for you. Your psychology. I got a particular psychology where certain things work for me. You got to figure out what works for your psychology. Certain words trigger me. Certain music triggers me in a good way. So, yeah. But shout out to all the Muslims out there. I want to get, I want to get on the show again. The brother, what's the brother name? The brother that be in the gym. Big brother that be in the gym. He got a lot of good words of wisdom on his Instagram. He just did a show with 19 Keys. I seen a show with him in 19 Keys. What's his name? He was just on here. what's the brother name? He was just on here. I forget the brother name, but yeah, I want to get him on again. But yeah, like, I was telling y'all at the beginning of the year about Mike Rashid. Yeah, shout out to Mike Rashid. Yeah, shout out to Mike Rashid. I'm gonna get that brother on again. You know, tapping. I was telling you at the beginning of the year, tapping into that masculine energy this year. I kept saying that, and discipline is a huge part of that. Self-discipline, doing what you want to do even when you don't want to do it. And you know, the Muslim religion has helped black men tap into that more than Christian. When you look at the Nation of Islam and you see their level of discipline and what they did in their heyday, you know, they had something going on with that. King Simon, yeah, I got to talk to you about that. King Simon said, study the magic carpet signs. See, I knew there was a reason why I wanted. There's always a reason why I want something. Yeah, there's always a reason why I want something. But somebody said they have to pray every few hours lest they revert to their negative. You know, that might be true for them. That ain't true for me, but that might be true for them. But I want to stay connected and tuned in. It's so easy with the stimulation and the noise in the world to forget sometimes, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And I need reminders throughout the day. You know, getting out of here. King Simon, I got to call you too. I got to talk to you about a few things. I will see y'all on Saturday, right, family? Everybody enjoy the rest of your night. Let's do this water experiment, y'all. Tap in tonight. I'm going to tap in. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I'll see y'all on Saturday, family. Peace and blessings. Vibe out to this cigar track. Make sure y'all get your cigars. Make sure y'all return back to the, you know, the ancestral tobacco. All right?
Before there were cigarettes, before there were brands, there was the leaf. Tobacco is one of the oldest forms of spirit communication known to humanity. Long before modern times, it was understood as a living messenger, a way for human intention to travel beyond the visible world and return with meaning. In the oldest traditions, tobacco was never a habit. It was a bridge, not something used to escape life, but something used to speak with it. Our ancestors knew breath as spirit itself, and smoke was breath-given form. When the leaf touched fire, it awakened. When guided by breath, it carried thought into the unseen. In that moment, intention became vapor, and prayer learned how to rise. It was never about getting high. It was about clarity, connection, making the invisible visible. That's the memory the leaf still carries. Radio Cigars. Radio Cigar. Radio Cigar. Radio Cigar.